Hi guys, myself Ankita. In this video, you will see another problem on LeetCode. Guess number higher or lower. So we are playing the guess game. The game is as follows. I pick a number from 1 to n. You have to guess which number I pick. Every time you guess wrong, I will tell you whether the number you picked is higher or lower than your guess. So we have a predefined function int guess of int num which returns three possible results. -1 if your guess is higher than what your function has picked. 1 if your guess is lower than the what I have picked, and 0 if it is equal to the picked number. So you have to return the number which I have picked. So n equal to 10, pick 6. So you have to return 6. If pick is 1, you have to return 1. If pick is 1, we have to return 1. Until you get that number, we have to call the function guess. Those many times. So what is the method? So let's say we have a number ranging from 1 to 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one thing what we can do is we'll start iterating from here. So guess of 1, what it will give you? 1. And let the guess number be 4, okay? If number be equal to 4. Okay? Guess of 1. That will we will store it in result, okay? If it is giving you, in this case, what? 1. 1 is less than 4. So if the guess number, if it is lower than the number you pick, it will return you as the answer 1. So no, that is not the case. Until you get the result as 0, you keep iterating. So next you compare with 2. Again 2 is less than 4, which will give you answer as 1. Then it's not 0. Again for 3. 3 is less than 4. Again it will give you the answer as 1, not 0. When you do 4, guess of 4, that will give you answer as 0. Why? Because your guess is equal to the number which the program has picked. So in such case, what will be the answer? Answer will be 0. So the result answer will be 0. So if the result is 0, you just return this particular number where the pointer is pointing to. So this is the linear approach what we can method. But if you see the given number 1 to n means the numbers are in sorted order, they are in ascending order, and we have to search for some number here. So that means what algorithm comes to our mind? Binary search. Yes, we can do apply the binary search over here. If binary search is present, so as you know, we'll have two pointers, one pointing to left, another pointing to right, and we have to find the mid. Mid will be left plus right by 2. So in such case, mid will be pointing here. So if you see the indexing part 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But here, since the numbers are given ranged from 1 to n, we will keep it as 1 to n only. So once you have the mid here, now perform guess of mid. What it will give you? 3. Since 3 is less than 4, it will give you the answer as 1. Correct? So if it is giving you answer as 1, guess of mid as 1, that means the number which you are finding is lesser than the number you have picked. No? So since 3 is lesser than the number which has to be picked, that means the number appearing is next to mid. So what we will do is low equal to mid plus 1 we will do. Similarly, if guess of mid, if it is equal to minus 1, when will it become minus 1? Let's say the number to be picked is 2. So in such case, guess of 3 will be equal to minus 1 because 3 is greater than 2. So if the given condition you could see, the guessed number is higher than the number which they have picked. So 3 is greater than 2. In such case, what we have to make? High equal to mid minus 1. Why? Because the number to be picked is before to 3. That's why high will be mid minus 1. What if guess of mid or our picked number itself is 3? Then guess of mid, if it is equal to 0. When will it be 0? If it is equal to the number you picked, when your guess is equal to the number you have picked. So 3 is equal, that will give you 0. So in such case, you have to return 3. That is what they are mentioning here. So we will apply the binary search methodology. So first we will have variable int left equal to 0 and one more variable right pointing to the right end of the array. I mean array means 1 to n, I am saying the range. So while left is lesser or equal to right, what we need to do? First we have to calculate mid. So mid will be equal to left plus right minus left by 2. So why am I doing this? To avoid the overflow, integer overflow. if let's say we have some integer 2 power 31 minus 1 value. So 1 to this number if we have, then left is pointing here, right is pointing here. So this plus this will give an overflow case. So that is why let's say, okay, instead of 1, let's say left is pointing here and right is pointing here. So 2 power 31 minus 1 plus 3 will give you 2 power 31 plus 2. So that will cause an integer overflow. To avoid this case, what we will do is, if the number ranging from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and left is pointing here, let's say mid is should be here. So from here it's 2 pointers, no? So right is pointing at the end of the array. So what is the difference here? Left to right, what is the size? That is nothing but right minus left. So 6 minus 2 will be 4. So once you get the size as 4, 4 by 2 if you do, that will point to the mid. Indexing from left. From left you have to point more 2 pointers that will give you the mid. So that is what we are doing. So first you do right minus left, that will give you size of that particular portion left to right. And if you divide by 2, that will point the mid indexing of that portion left to right. So from left you have to point the size by 2 pointers ahead to get the mid. So that is what we are doing here. So next, once you get the mid, let's have a variable called result, and we call the API function guess of mid. So if result is equal to 0, then you have to return the mid. Else if, what if the result is higher than the, okay, let's say result is not higher. If the result is equal to minus 1, that is the number, guess number is higher than the number you have picked, then you have to make high equal to mid minus 1. Else low will be equal to mid plus 1, where your guess number is lower than the number you have picked. So at last, let's return minus 1. If the number is not 1, that will not be the case. Since you cannot leave it empty, we have to return something integer. So I'm just writing minus 1. Okay. Okay. So I have mentioned here left and right. Why did I give high? Okay. It should be right. And instead of low, this should be left. So the naming convention was different. What is the mistake I have done? Okay, so this is what, yeah, left should be pointing to 1 and right should be pointing to the end of the range, that is n. And why did I give 0? I don't know. Yeah, yes. And for jaw also the same logic, nothing changed. Yes, successfully submitted. If you understood the concept, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll come with another video in the next session. Until then, keep learning. Thank you.